Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper connect you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well and hopefully you're looking after yourself and a positive start to the week wherever you are in the world. And yeah, hopefully you're having a great time. We're going to be back on my account today. We're going to do another champion showcase, and today we will be taking one of the new recent champions that came out for Halloween, and we'll be taking him into arena and whatnot. We're gonna do a full champion showcase, and this is how we're gonna build them. Now, I recently picked her up during the Leo event. I was very happy picking her up. She was a really cool champion. I haven't decided on what I think about her, whatnot, but kit looks very, very good. Obviously, unfortunately, we do not have a blessing in today's video, but we will be building her together. We'll take her in for PvP, and I think she's also good in some other areas as well. Hydra is also going to be something we'll look at today in today's video, and also we'll look at oh, we can't look at Faction Wars, sorry, because Faction Wars is not open, unfortunately. However, she would be amazing for Faction Wars as well. So let's go over a kit and let me kind of try explain the way that we're going to build her in today's video, and to try and help you understand what I'm trying to think about. I think there is many ways of building her, debuff her, or as a tanky support champion and whatnot. I feel like she's not going to be SS tier in arena, but I feel like if you're late game or free to play and you haven't got a stacked roster, I think she could come into some of your teams for Siege, Classic Arena, and whatnot. I don't see it as a live arena champion. Raid really did do the art really well. You can see that she's got some spiky stuff here as well, which is a very interesting detail from Raid as well. So yeah, kind of, I won't say what she looks like, but I'll let you guys comment down in the comments, but you guys can try and keep it clean a little bit as we are civil people. Anyway, let's go over a kit and I'll kind of why I feel like she's gonna be really good. So she'll attack one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 50% chance, which does be book up to 75% chance, and obviously you can get masteries and whatnot to make it a bit better as well for 2 turns. Doesn't matter the base on it. This is amazing for Faction Wars ability. She's basically going to bring a weaken, and then she's also going to bring a defense down and a block buff champion, block debuffs as well, which is absolutely cool. It'd be interesting to kind of see what she can do in Chimera, but I need to practice with her before we take her into Chimera. So maybe we'll do another future video on her before, but the A2 is looking juicy. She'll attack all enemies before attacking. She'll remove all buffs from all enemies. So it's just like a it's like a debuff remover, right? It's going to strip off buffs, which is going to be fantastic. You have to be careful, polymorph. So we will have to make sure we build that up today. She will attack, then she'll place blocked debuffs and then a decreased defense on all enemies for 2 turns, which will allow you to do more damage. But basically a strip and then a block debuff decrease defense as well is extremely powerful ability if built correctly, whatnot. Then she has a crazy revive, which I'm trying to get my head around, but she has a really good revive. So she'll revive all dead allies with 50% turn meter and HP. If all other allies are dead, revive all of the 75 and 75% turn meter instead. Decreases the cooldowns of all revived ally skill by 1 turn. Then also decreases the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns. What ability as well. This is a crazy ability. Obviously this can't be polymorphed or whatnot. So that's a really strong ability. It doesn't do much against mythicals, obviously, but that is a super strong ability for sure. Then she kind of has an interesting passive as well. She fills this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever a ally dies. That's really nice for sure. Heal this champion by 20% of the max HP whenever they are attacked by an enemy under a Paylink debuff. Interesting as well. also once per turn. Places a pain link debuff for 2 turns on enemies who deal damage equivalent to 25% more or 25% more of the HP in a single skill. If there is multiple champions, obviously this will only occur once. And then she has a accuracy aura 60 in the battles as well. So really interesting kit. There isn't really any champions in the game like other than a couple of mythicals that have like similar kits. I think that's the best way of me trying to do. She has a really good base stats as well, and the HP and defense not too shabby. So let's go ahead and build her out for P versus P overall. So you could try and take the healing side to benefit from the passive. We're kind of going to be looking at more as a P versus P as a debuffer. So I'm going to come in and just take the accuracy side. We want the master hex. This will be super cool as well. We can take the weaken for the A1, which is going to be cool as well. And then we're going to take the eagle eye. Now in the arena, either eye will be better, and in the P versus E content, cycle of magic will be the better. So for P versus P, we will take this. We obviously wanted to cycle through her abilities. She's putting out tons of debuffs, so it has a 30% chance of, okay, so it's this one, right? There's a 30% chance increase in the turn meter by 10% whenever a buff, so it's opposite one. So I read that when a debuff is cast by its champion. So you will want to make sure you pick this up. And on this side, it's going to be pretty simple. We just want to be coming in with damage mitigation, so she doesn't take as much damage as you want her to. But I think there is a few ways and whatnot you can definitely do for sure. But this is what we are going to be looking at as masteries for her today. Now, she's obviously putting out like tons of buffs and whatnot. So you're gonna have to run one off submission with her because you will want to protect her as much as you can. Now I can only take this up to level 9 for today's videos. So that's all we're gonna do. Here we're gonna take the invigoration gemstones. So what this would allow me to do is increase my increases the turn meter. So she's more likely to cycle through abilities way more. Obviously, you can also use gemstones and whatnot. And then here, she doesn't have active skill, so heal and go is not going to be a good one. But when removing accuracy, the wearer's accuracy increases by 30 when removing debuffs. That's going to be perfect for what we want on her kit. And this is a absolute god tier ability. So this is what we got on that. Let me know down in the comments if you like the look of that and whatnot. Here we have the optimizer. Okay, so we're now on the optimizer and we're going to go into this as well. So how are we going to build that? Well, I want it to be fast and I want it to be built with good accuracy, and I kind of want to use her and go second, so I want a tanky as well. So we're going to go for 500 accuracy here. And we're going to go for about 320 speed, tanky as possible. I think you could also use in speed teams, but you need to make sure you speed tune her and whatnot. But this is going to be quite useful. And then here, it's going to be interesting, but I feel like pinpoint is a must, right? So 4-piece pinpoint, and then we're going to come in with a 4-piece stone skin as well, because if she doesn't have stone skin and it goes second team, she's obviously going to get clapped and she's going to die very easily. So that is one thing that we want to try and do in today's video. Hopefully we're not going to take Raglan's gear, because I kind of like the idea of pairing them up and whatnot. So let me come in and see what we can do for this. Obviously we haven't added any glyphs and etc. So whilst this is cooking, we can add glyphs if we wanted. So I'll go for 5 here, and then 10 speed here, sorry, 10 accuracy, and then 5 and 5 on the defense and the HP, right? Then on here we would go with accuracy, defense, or HP, and then here we would come in with defense and HP, and then the same on the ring, defense and HP. Boots, you can come in with speed, very slightly, but you can also do defense and HP. Chest here, HP, defense and accuracy. And then his same here as well. I think you'll need a good level blessing for sure, defense and HP. And then top row, defense and HP. I unfortunately don't have the dust to do that. And then you can see here, this is the type of gear that I want to try to poach from my champions. Now, we might actually use Embrace, so we're just going to be able to replace the Embrace ring in a second. But we want to make sure that she's definitely not being crowd controlled by a Armand. And you have to be careful of a Fabian, because Fabian can deal with her very, very well. So we're going to get rid of that ring and whatnot. We're going to use a different ring. I should have a different stone skin ring available somewhere. So we'll just steal one and whatnot. Okay, we will pinch. I guess we can just pinch Queen and Cora, right? So this is going to be the build we're going to use for today. On my head, here's the stats. So this is going to be what we're looking for. Ideally, if you can get some resistance, that would be interesting as well, and whatnot. So this is what we're going to try and do in the arena. So we're going to now get ready for arena, and yeah, let's go and have a little play with her in the arena. All right then, so we found some teams. She's not going to be a crazy champion, don't get me wrong, guys. She's not going to be up there. She's not going to be using my account because we have much better champions for sure. But I do want to kind of see and what she can do and etc. So let's give her a go. And again, I feel like with a lot of your guys' accounts, I feel like she's actually going to be pretty decent with the right team builds and whatnot. So again, we're gonna come in here. We'll probably put her in a lead because she's got a pinpoint. Fabian's a problem because Fabian can lock her out. Raglan is slower than her, unfortunately, but the increased accuracy would be really cool. And we're then gonna drop in the Empress as well, and which is gonna be super key and whatnot. We all have access to these champions other than Raglan. Raglan could be replaced with like over revive, or you could use a UDK and whatnot. Maybe that's what we will do. Actually, we'll just drop in a UDK just in case. And yeah, we're going to use the accuracy aura, obviously, because there's no like speed and whatnot. My replacement's a little bit bad for like Emirates and stuff. And unfortunately, there isn't many buffs here to strip, which is not great. Obviously, Stone Skin's going to be 50-50 and whatnot. So that's something you'll have to do, but you will be allowed to do more damage for sure, which is going to be fantastic. We'll just come in. We're going to go like nuclear this. Obviously, this team is not amazing. Don't get me wrong. But it's going to be quite useful with her. I've been looking forward to do a champion showcase on her because I haven't got too many champions this year, and she's kind of cool. You can see the animations are pretty cool as well, and like again, she will be fairly swishy without a blessing and whatnot. So that's just something you'll have to take into consideration. So there's going to be the first team, pretty solid. We can see this team here again. I'm not trying to sell her as like a platinum arena champion or anything like that. I'm just saying she's got some use as a strip champion, but also brings that revive and that chance to lock out as well, which is super cool. And that is why I like her, because there isn't many champions with her style of kit, and yeah, it just kind of makes it nice. Now obviously, you know, Fabian and such like that could be a bit of an option for her, but again, we'll come in, try and remove the stone skin. We don't remove the stone skin, but you know, it's still a cool option for sure. We got polymorph there, which sucks. We will go ahead. We do get a weaken out, so you can see she's quite consistent with that. We still got a pinpoint, A pinpoint would be cool as well against like Armads, because Armads won't be able to do much about her, and Armads would have 2 RNG checks, right? Versus her, so that's something you'd have to take into consideration. And etc. She hasn't actually removed any buffs off yet. She's quite tanky, so she can take a hit there. You can see the passive kicked in as well, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, she's going to cycle through her abilities and whatnot. So again, hopefully, can she do some work here? I'm not too sure. She could be an interesting option against his champion, because she does put up block buffs, right? So it could be a interesting option for sure. So actually none of it got protected. Interesting. So we're able to strip it off. And we're going to come through. And obviously that pinpoint is just going to protect her against any polymorph blessings if there was any on the team. And again, come through, get the job done for sure. I feel like she could be a fairly useful champion there. So it depends. It depends on how the teams were like matched, because if you like got a cleanser with her, you could be in a bit of a sweaty situation, right? And like, I will try and be fair as possible for sure. Okay, so we have some like turtles. Again, we actually have another one down here as well. Let's see if we can survive the Marius. Actually, let me throw in a different style of champion. We'll throw in a Fabian. So this is like a go second type of strat. They go first, we cut in, we do a lockout, and then do a strip. If he fails and whatnot, she will come in, do the defense down, and like try and help with her passive and whatnot. And then we've got the 2 boys to do the damage as well. She could have really good synergy. Let me go ahead and put myself in the middle with like champions like Fabian and whatnot. So they're going to go ahead, take the turn. We're all going ahead and lock them out. Now the block damage has been protected. Obviously she's in 9-piece protection a lot, but she's also void affinity, right? So we can go ahead, do that. We can come around. Maris is going to counter attack, so he's going to wake up Fabian. And then we come through. She's also for force affinity, so she has got that cooking up as well. And I feel like a lot of people just haven't been able to play with her. Maybe I would play with her a little bit in live arena, depending if I can get blessing for her. Again, we're not going to try and oversell this champion, because these accounts are very, very crazy, right? So I'm not going to sit here and try and oversell them when I know that it's not going to be that style of champion. But again, I feel like she's got some options for sure. So we are faster here, so we're obviously playing the fast lockout. He's going to do his shenanigans, which is fine. Okay, so that's been reset. Again, she will help against Odin and whatnot. We did get countered pretty hard against the lightning cage there, which sucks for me. And then Leo might nuke us here. We could be a little bit in trouble. Let me see. Yeah, so he's going to go ahead to put a block damage. There's a lot of RNG on this team for sure. And there goes the pain link. Damn, he just cycled through his abilities like that. Okay, so she does want. We'll revive there. I think they got locked out. Does require accuracy. Okay, unfortunately, it looks like we will go ahead and perish to this defense. I'm going to try this again, because it might be one key driving, right? So let's try again. It's obviously a really well built. I know this player as well, actually. Must be a very well built Star Sage. So, and there's obviously a lot of RNG in the favor as well. So we'll come in, play the lockout. Okay, this time was a little bit better on the block boss, but he's gone ahead and stripped again. So yeah, he's in high resistance guild. Okay. Okay, we did get Leo this time. That's pretty useful. Let's see if we can actually take some people out. We're gonna do day 3 there, or we ran into reaction on Leo. Okay. Better, more or less. We see slows down. Okay, I did see 2 of them get put on cooldown. But you do need accuracy to land it, and that's fine. Or if she's gonna be very strong. You can kind of see what I want to do. I think the Star Sage is just making it a lot harder for me. And whatnot. So, okay, cool. There's not much we can really do right now because we're underneath block damage. So we just do our abilities. She does go ahead and get stunned this time, which kind of sucks. Yeah, very, very strong team. There's not much we can do there. Very, very strong team. Okay, so we have a now, etc. Now it's just going to rip me apart. Now it's a bit of a... One of them champions is just very, very OP. Is there anything that we can play around with? Double Leo could be interesting to play with. Come through. See, okay, let's have a look at this one. We have a nice is very OP. So, you know, nice is like facing like a ton of champions. Again, we're playing the RNG a little bit by using Fabian here. Let me go ahead and put down the decreased defense and whatnot. Try and strip the rest of the stone skin off, which we are successful with. And again, coming through. So you can kind of see what we're trying to do with her, right? So yeah, I think she's a cool champion. Fortunately, I think at my level, you definitely need a blessing for sure, but it is a style of team that you could definitely use. And it could be quite a fun champion to use. Let me go ahead now, and we're going to go and build her for Arena. I don't want to make this video too long. So we're going to go ahead and build her for Hydra now. And I think Hydra is going to be one of our main spots, and then we'll focus about building a team in Hydra as well. Okay then, so let's build her for Hydra then. So she's going to be basically a debuffer for Hydra, so we're going to go to ability build again. And you can pretty much use the same build in pretty much in all Kivas E. So again, accuracy requirement would be down to whatever. So for example, Chimera and Thatch Wars would be 475 accuracy requirement without the lead, obviously. For Hydra, I think like 300 is perfectly fine. 300 to 280 is going to be fine. We're going to use her with Duchess. Duchess is going to be 280. Duchess is going to offer the speed, right? So, and then for this type of thing, you want her to increase your damage. So for me, the most advanced build would be Ferald coming in with a 9-piece set. Now, that is something you want to kind of do. You need to add in Hydra here. And obviously, if you're struggling with accuracy and speed, you can add glyphs. I personally am not going to add or suggest to add this for like PvE content, unless you was going to go with Chimera and wanted to try building resistance and whatnot as well. But this is generally what you want to try and come with. Now, if you don't have Ferald with her, I think a reflex set is perfectly fine with impulse, a 4-piece, Merciless with also a 4-piece reflex is also fine as well, just so she can keep doing A2 as much as possible, or just simply like a survivability build with like accuracy sets and whatnot as well, which is perfectly fine. This build shouldn't be too hard to find. I think for like Faction Wars, you can definitely spice it up a little bit, maybe use a bolster set as well. With her could be quite useful for Faction Wars. I will do a video on her when Faction Wars is open, so you can kind of see that. And hopefully that won't be when I'm on break, but we will drop it at some point for sure. And I kind of just run through some ideas with her. So where was she? Sorry, we're gonna go with, or we can just go to the most recently built, etc. So obviously we're just an arena build, but Ferald would be the way to go for sure. So let's go ahead and build her into this. And this is going to be her build. So we'll do quick battle in a minute. You can see it's a pretty basic team. We got a weaken here with the hex, increased 10 meter and whatnot, 2 damage dealers, a provoke champion as well as survivability, and a stun target. We have the Duchess, which is going to be like your Veils or your Samuel in her as well to deal with the true fears, and then she's going to be the block buff, but also bringing the defense down. I think she could also go in a curse set as well, which would be perfectly fine. Not a best set, but would perfectly be fine. Obviously, if there's still your debuffs, she's going to bring a strip, etc., which is going to be super nice for sure. Now, for some reason, my Duchess was pretty slow there, so I'm not too sure what was going on with Marius. But yeah, you can see here we're coming through. Damage is already looking really good, and etc. Don't have to worry about weaken on her because we've already solved that. Weaken wouldn't really work in this content. It's a shame it's not AoE, but if it was AoE, I think she'd be very OP. But yeah, I really like her. She's a really cool champion. So you can see here we are smacking this boss and we're doing like a ton of damage. That heal, that pain link's gonna help with the heals and stuff. You obviously will want to change the masteries as well, so you could make the masteries a bit better, which we didn't really do. And also she won't need a relic for this content for sure. So this will be like her main spot. Kind of cool, right? She's a cool champion. I really like her. I think she's going to go into my tightest team to fill the block buff and defense thing because of affinity is quite good. It'll depend on the rotations, but definitely an option for sure. She'll also be able to wear that shield set as well. So you can see here my team is coming through with good damage. Now I did a video the other day on Marius, so you guys can go ahead and check that out if you want. That's down to you. We are now going to stop it there because you can see that we are doing plenty of damage and she's doing a job fantastically well, right? So we're going to go ahead and just end battle. Kind of just look at her healing factor. So she didn't really get anything there. I guess the fight maybe just wasn't long enough. So we're going to go for a free root group here. And just see what she can offer on a quick battle for us. And to see what she can do, right? See if we can see if there's any healing going on from passive and a pain link. Maybe there isn't any need. We are lasting for the full turns. Again, you can use Samuel. Wow. Okay, so we've got 740. So 725 million damage. This is really strong damage for 2 damage dealers. And obviously she's bringing in a lot of utility, but also a really cool revive as well. Krisk is doing some work and Manhattan is also doing some work. So really cool for sure. So we're now not going to keep this. We're going to discard it. I want to make sure we don't keep it. And I guess that is about it for that. I don't think there's really matters for masteries. I think masteries are fine, etc. So yeah, she's a really cool champion. I think she's really strong. You won't really need a relic. But yeah, really cool. I think these masteries are fine. You can also go War Master as well if you just want it for Hydra. Let me know down in the comments any good ideas on this champion, and it will be interesting to what you guys will offer as feedback. Did I miss anything as well? Obviously I'm dyslexic, so it is easy for me to miss stuff. on her. And let's kind of just look at our ratings. So you can see here, Rena's good, quite fairly high. Hydra is a 5. Chimera is interesting. Clan-Boss is good. Yeah, she could be a good Clan-Boss champion for progression early in the game or mid-game for sure. Oh, she's got some good numbers for Sand Devil as well. Yeah, she could do the defense down roll. I could see that. It would be interesting how you would do it, but there was something there for that for sure. Yeah, really, really cool champion. She got really good ratings, but only 250, but it's one of the ones. Anyway, guys, that is it from me today. I just wanted to kind of play with her, and yeah, that's it for me. Anyway, as usual, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.